Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're essentially putting on our medical detective hats to decode a rare but really serious condition. We're diving into eye cancer. Now, I know that topic might sound a little daunting at first, but it is absolutely crucial for us to unpack and understand it together. It's kind of a startling thought, isn't it? Can you actually get cancer in your eye? I mean, when we think about our eye health, we almost always just default to vision stuff. Needing stronger glasses, dealing with a shifting prescription, or maybe just having dry eyes from staring at our screens all day long. We rarely associate our eyes with cancer, but the short answer? Yes, it happens. So today, we're going to break down exactly how this occurs, the specific biological risk factors, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the silent threat revealed, look at 3 types of eye cancer, explore environmental and viral triggers, discuss genetics and growing older, and finally, wrap up with saving sight with early detection. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the silent threat revealed. When we look at the incredibly complex anatomy of the human eye, it's pretty easy to be amazed, right? It's this absolute marvel of biology that literally lets us interpret the world. But to truly appreciate it, we've got to zoom in and understand its hidden vulnerabilities. And we want to look at this anatomy not with fear, but with a real desire to protect it. Understanding how the eye functions at a cellular level is the very first step in demystifying the threats it faces. So what is it? To put it simply, eye cancer occurs when abnormal cells in the eye just start growing uncontrollably. Think of your eye as a really highly specialized digital camera. This disease is essentially a microscopic glitch in the film that starts replicating out of control. Instead of processing light and images perfectly, these abnormal cells just multiply. And here's why it's often called a silent threat. Unlike a cut on your skin, the inside of your eye doesn't have the same kind of pain receptors. That means this glitch can multiply and create a mass while going completely unnoticed in its earliest stages, literally without any pain at all. Moving right along to section 2, the 3 types of eye cancer. So eye cancer isn't just one monolithic disease. It actually has distinct variations that target totally different parts of the eye and entirely different demographics. First up, we have retinoblastoma. This is a condition that primarily strikes the retina, which is that light-sensitive lining at the very back of the eye. Then there's uveal melanoma, which impacts the uvea. That's the middle layer containing the major blood vessels. And finally, we have conjunctival cancer, targeting the conjunctiva, which is the thin, clear tissue over the white part of your eye. The way these diseases attack varies wildly depending on which specific tissue is targeted. And because these diseases are so distinct, the people they affect are too. While uveal melanoma is the most common primary eye cancer found in adults, retinoblastoma almost exclusively affects young children. This is a massive point for parents to be aware of. Young kids can't always articulate changes in their vision, right? They don't know what normal is actually supposed to look like. Because of that communication barrier, the vigilance of parents and pediatricians during regular checkups is absolutely the frontline defense against this specific childhood risk. Okay, section 3, environmental and viral triggers. On a cellular level, our eyes are constantly battling this chaotic web of external elements, from the sun high up in the sky to microscopic pollutants drifting around in the air. These forces interact with our highly sensitive eye structures every single day. It's a literal biological battlefield out there. Over time, these interactions can act as triggers. They damage healthy DNA and can spark that uncontrolled cell growth that eventually leads to a tumor. But we can actually distill a lot of that cellular chaos down to a few primary lifestyle and environmental factors. Think about that prolonged UV exposure from your last long beach trip where you forgot your sunglasses. It isn't just a risk for getting a sunburn on your skin. It is a direct risk to the delicate tissues in your eyes. And let's talk about smoking. Tobacco use isn't just a lung or heart issue. Medical sources explicitly link the systemic toxins in tobacco to a higher risk of several types of eye cancer. Add in routine exposure to certain harmful chemicals or industrial substances, and the daily environment we navigate plays a huge cumulative role in this disease. But here's where we actually have some incredible control. It's super empowering to contrast the external actions we can take, like simply committing to wearing UV protective sunglasses or quitting smoking, against internal vulnerabilities that we just have to manage and monitor. Those internal factors include things like a weakened immune system, which obviously reduces your body's natural ability to hunt down and fight abnormal cells, or specific viral infections, like HPV. Understanding this balance is great because it helps us focus our daily energy on the habits we can change, while just staying mindful of the health factors we need our doctors to keep an eye on. Let's pivot to Section 4, Genetics and Growing Older. So, if you have a family history of eye issues, it's absolutely vital to know about inherited mutations. For example, the RB1 gene mutation is a specific inherited genetic change that can lead directly to retinoblastoma, that childhood cancer we were just talking about. Now, let's be clear, knowing this isn't about inducing fear at all. It's entirely about being armed with information. When you know your family's genetic blueprint carries certain vulnerabilities, you can schedule targeted, proactive screenings instead of just sitting around waiting for symptoms to appear. And this number right here, 50, is a highly critical milestone. The risk of developing uveal melanoma increases significantly as you get older, particularly after turning 50. Well, why is that? Because it's not just about what you're exposed to, it's about how long you've been exposed to it. Over decades, subtle cellular damage from the sun, the environment, and just minor biological errors naturally pile up. Plus, our body's repair mechanisms naturally slow down. Time itself is a compounding factor we have to account for, making age 50 a real pivotal moment for increased vigilance. Finally, Section 5, Saving Sight with Early Detection. Looking at things at the microscopic level, the absolute best defense we have against eye cancer is early detection. Because these abnormal cells can grow silently, catching them before they multiply out of control is literally everything. The earlier a professional spots that subtle glitch in your cellular film, the faster they can step in. They can use targeted treatments to stop those abnormal cells dead in their tracks before they compromise your vision or, worse, spread to other parts of your body. If you remember nothing else from our time together today, let it be this. Don't ignore changes in your vision. Whether it's sudden blurred vision, a sudden new flurry of floaters, a dark spot on your iris, or strange shadows creeping into your peripheral sight, these are your body's alarm bells. Brushing them off as just, oh, I'm getting older, or I'm just tired, is simply not worth the risk. When your eyes give you a signal, you need to listen. Regular, comprehensive exams are essential. They are the ultimate frontline defense in catching these silent threats way before they amplify into irreversible damage. So, I'm going to leave you with this to prompt your next healthy habit. When was your last comprehensive eye exam? Are you truly seeing the whole picture when it comes to your health, or is there a silent threat you might be inadvertently ignoring? Keep learning, stay vigilant, and please take care of your eyes.